Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. And expectations are rising and decibel levels are rising. The noise is quite something. You can feel what football means to the people in this part of the world. Well, this is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it.
Well, on the face of it, Peter, we would appear to have a high-caliber meeting with very little at stake. But then you consider a chance for one or two of the fringe players to get a look in, and this becomes a big incentive. It changes the dynamic. So there's plenty at stake for them, which will do no harm to the energy levels and the overall conviction, and hopefully the style of contest.
Well, as you can see, we've already started here. Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned.
He just needs to find the control button on his aggression before the ref does it for him, Peter.
Played out to the left flank. Robertson. Diaz. And here's Jota. Valverde. Vinicius Junior. Out for a throw. Carvajal. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, Peter, I've been hugely impressed with what I've seen so far from this guy, Jude Bellingham. You don't become a regular at one of Europe's leading teams at 17 unless you're very, very special. And he's the epitome.
Has a shot! It's off target and by quite a way.
Well, I think a little eagerness just got the better of him. He may have been thinking about back-page headlines there.
Rudiger picks it up from the goal kick. And he welcomes it in. Mohamed Salah. He's got the shot away! Just off target.
That's a little unfortunate. He had a lot of people worried then.
He can run onto that.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Bellingham. Pass is just off target. That's a nicely measured pass. Carvajal. Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. Robertson did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Vinicius Junior. Jota. Nicely weighted ball. Diaz looking sharp there. Now it's Rodrigo. Oh, that's fabulous. Van Dijk can get it clear. Nicked it back promptly. Madrid applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate and, of course, the discipline, because it has to be with everyone. It can't be with one or two. If that starts happening here, it'll just fall away.
Yeah, and there are so much of them, but of course, the returns can be terrific. Can he spark a counter here? Szoboszlai. Rudiger gets across to intercept that. Valverde. Diaz. Robertson. Mendy. Over to the other side. And anyone who's joined us late, I can confirm that in terms of goals, at least you've missed nothing. That's good play. Now that's well seen too. Just 5 minutes left until the break. Cross flung in towards the middle. Up he goes! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Mbappe certainly could have and should have made more of that.
Not the best distribution from the keeper. Carvajal. Eder Militao. Robertson.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Oh, good steal, he just read it.
That is as far as they're going to go.
Jota is onto it enough. And there's the end of the first half. Truth be told, perhaps it's not the game that many anticipated, but there is lots to be seen in it, lots to be taken from it. Plenty for the key figures to mull over, but it remains goalless. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, there's one standout, Peter, that needs improving, and that's the passing. All too often it's been found wanting, you know, much to the frustration of everyone around, and I'd go so far as to say that it's the biggest contributor as to why we have the scoreline we do.
An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0. And it's been given away.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
No joy this time. Now he's off and running. Rodrigo. Lovely feet. Bellingham. No way through, so back it comes. And here's Mbappe. Look at the space here.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Corner number 2 then. Crossed into the box. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Mendy, and back to the keeper they go. Still absolutely nothing to report here goals-wise. That's a shade optimistic. Valverde. Vinicius Junior. That is a great pick out. And that was very necessary.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Alexander-Arnold calmly anticipates. Mendy. He's through here. Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
Well, I think it's a fair reflection on what we've seen so far. Neither side has produced that many efforts at goal simply because respective defences have been strong.
Carvajal. Eder Militao. It's Bellingham. Carvajal. Oh dear, less said about that pass the better. Alisson getting this one clear. Liverpool choosing to make the first change.
Well, this could be a bit of a nightmare scenario for the defence, as you're going to be facing a very willing runner now, especially one that likes to make those runs beyond the defensive line.
Could have been dangerous, but it came to nothing. Mendy. Vinicius Junior in acres of space out wide. Pressure stays on, it is a corner. Corner number 3 coming up. And it's hoisted clear. That is ended up in no man's land. Liverpool making another change here. There's going to be a major shake-up in the attack here.
It's a bold move. The manager's made his intentions pretty clear. He's going for this.
Cleared without hesitation. And that has left him in a heap.
Number 14, Chiesa.
Liverpool will have one further opportunity to make a substitution after this, their latest change. 75 minutes played. Szoboszlai. Carvajal. Mbappe chasing after it. Mbappe. And Rodrigo. That looks a good ball through. Vinicius, and the finish! They've scored! That could turn out to be a huge, huge goal!
Look, before we can even delve into the detail, the significance of taking the lead should be our initial reflection, and that's priceless.
As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Well, it doesn't have to look spectacular. Why complicate simplicity?
Madrid, there's the shot! Really well taken goal. And that should do it! Within sight of the finish line.
The goal scorer.
Yeah, I'd call that transition with bite. They won it back and bit hard.
Mbappe. Substitution.
Madrid are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
No doubt as to who has the momentum here now. The only doubt is how many is coming.
Valverde has got himself a free kick. And no surprise, that's a booking. Now it's Brahim Diaz. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Valverde! Szoboszlai. Robertson is fouled. Darwin. McAllister. Nice physical challenge. Carvajal. Garcia. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Szoboszlai.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
Valverde concedes a free kick for that. Pass just lacking in accuracy. Into a minimum of 4 minutes additional time. Always onto this. Decent enough try.
Well, to put it this way, he's probably made better decisions.
Madrid get their 4th corner. That has been knocked clear. And he's running through. Szoboszlai. Valverde! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And that is as far as it goes. Liverpool were a team not short on effort, but ultimately they were found wanting when it mattered. That is simply not how you go about winning. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity or commitment in everything the players were trying to do. Looking pretty lethargic, and they were ruthlessly exploited and deserved to be.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. So yet again, Munich expects, and it has every reason so to do. Bayern, so often Germany's indisputable champions, the preeminent force of our day, looking to impose itself once more. Well, there are plenty looking forward to seeing this, a capacity crowd here.
Well, on the face of it, Peter, we would appear to have a high-caliber meeting with very little at stake. But then you consider a chance for one or two of the fringe players to get a look in, and this becomes a big incentive. It changes the dynamic. So there's plenty at stake for them, which will do no harm to the energy levels and the overall conviction, and hopefully the style of contest.
Things have got underway here pretty promptly.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Nicked it back promptly. Bit of a communication breakdown there, it seems. That's going to go a long way. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Sterling. And it's Gnabry. That is ended up in no man's land. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Now it's Gabriel Jesus. Havertz. And they've got rid. Quarter of an hour played. And it's Gnabry. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Gabriel.
Well, caution is dominating proceedings. This isn't meeting expectations.
Sterling. That's beautifully weighted. Ødegaard. Can he get it through? Lima. Spread out to the left. Not the most accurate pass. And João Palhinha. And it's Davis. Davis. Chooses to go cross-field. And he's had it nicked away. Sterling. Havertz. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? And he'll shoot here! Keeper's not concerned by that.
Well, Peter, he clearly felt he was being invited to shoot, and it wasn't the worst decision he could have made.
Ødegaard. That's really well manoeuvred. And that's a... Oh, shooting chance! Goal! Arsenal!
Well, his movement is all based on fine margins, and the timing of his run then was ideal.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Kane. He's made sure that's not getting through. And he cuts out the supply. Musiala. Oh, here's a chance! Decent enough try.
Musiala just can't be faulted for taking on the opportunity. That sort of distance is usually up his street.
And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. And they're not going to make any further progress now. That's been cut out, well played.
Bayern Munich certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Nice interception, well timed. Kim Min-jae kept his eye on it, and he's there. Musiala. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Lima.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Sterling absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that.
Had a shot! Oh, good effort, he got plenty on that.
Gnabry brilliantly took control of that, which was exactly what the situation required.
There will be one
So
minute
sharp to
added
the
time.
ball here. Gnabry. Oh, well played. Gabriel Jesus is herring after that one. That part. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. So there we are, half-time. Both teams head into their respective dressing room, and well, there was a genuine flow about the game. Most importantly, there has been just one telling moment. It is still very tight here. The game still up for grabs, and the half-time score 1-0.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
Hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Bayern Munich can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing. Yeah, this kind of bold running will always get you into areas of possibility. That's just playing it safe. And
oh no, what has happened here? Davis. João Palhinha. Olise. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. And here's Kane. Picks out Musiala! He's done very well to get to that.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Bayern Munich still behind thanks to that solitary strike. Ødegaard. Kimmich kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Lima, back into the middle. Oh, that's wonderful alertness.
The attendance for
this is exactly the approach they have to take now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Bayern Munich needed that. They really needed it.
Oh, super tackle. They were outnumbered and under the cosh. That had to be spot on, and it was.
Olise. Lima. And he's there to belt it away. It'll be a throw-in. Davis. And it's Gnabry. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, there'll be no accusations of a lack of effort. They're giving as good as they get when it comes to chances.
Now it's Havertz. He's got away. Pass somewhat off target. Great ball, and he's in, and the shot! Their attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Olise. Kim Min-jae.
Bayern Munich truly seem to be at loggerheads in trying to sort this out. Is it the passing or the movement that's the problem? I think both.
Tries a shot! White gets good distance on it.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. Bayern Munich really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Oh, that's neat. No, he can't get past him. That pass isn't the best. Might be danger here. Mikel Merino. Oh, that's ambitious. Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, he's been caught napping. Header! In for the pieces. Goal! 2 to the good. They have breathing space. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
Arsenal are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now, and surely, Peter, we're not going to see any complacency after that.
Now it's Gabriel Jesus. And Sterling! Lima. Time and again they are repelled. Works it forward.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
There will be one.
Oh, he's been caught on it here. He's got the shot away! Yes! And the lead is extended still further. And that's it. A tale of two teams, one irresistible, unstoppable, the other fragile and seemingly clueless. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Bayern Munich desperately failing to impose themselves on the game. Decidedly flat, disjointed in so many areas on the pitch, and you're never going to win like that.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening.
We would like to ask you all to kindly stay seated during the match. Thank you for your cooperation.